Seti, kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page. Two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. The link for the memberships right in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview by clicking that link over in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get on over there, check it out, family, and get a preview and become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subject that you know and love from the General. We got the Olmec, ancient Egypt, Nubia. We got the Black Illuminati, hip hop occult, Black woman is God, making it a white man, and so many, many more subjects that'll blow the mind. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compete. You should become a member today. And everybody know General Seti popping on Patreon, got the most poppingest page by far. We got to jump off today. Ancient Egyptian, military, ancient Egypt, military colony of Mother Ethiopia. This is going to be powerful. I'm going to take you deep off in the Kush. I'm going to show you the most ancient deities, the most ancient tombs, temples that preceded new Egypt. You most definitely want to be in the house. Also, we got coming up tomorrow, we're going to drop the emerald tablets. Yes, indeed. We're going to be dropping the emerald tablets, so you most definitely want to be in the house for that esoterical gem, the emerald tablets, DNA codes, the dragon bloodline, not like Silly Billy, where he telling you about some damn tablet. The only tablet is the code, the divine tablets, where the codes of life is written on your DNA. That's the damn tablets. But see, they ain't gonna tell you that. They got niggas out here fumbling, looking like Merlin, the motherfucking magician or something. But anyway, family, to all the family out there, donate to the General. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And those would like to donate, the link is in the chat. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will bang your ass. Let me get that wiped off something. Yeah, here we go. So, while the Medu Neter will never be deciphered without the cosmic vision of black immortality. We got to speak on that, because we motherfuckers let a Neanderthal who cannot even respect nature. When we talk about Medu, we talk about medicine. You see the spiritual medicine of life. You see the healing factors, the language of spiritual healing and evolution. You understand the elevation of the soul. You see, to the highest level. You can call it nirvana. You can call it these many names on the planet for this. You see. But the Kemetic Kushites were the ones that took it to the highest because they possess all of the divine attributes, all of the essential hardware, spiritual hardware, and mental, physical, spiritual hardware that enabled them to elevate to heights no other people on this goddamn planet have been able to ascend to. Okay, now I got something for you. Now, when I talk about the Medu Neter, a lot of motherfuckers be out there mad. You see, and I'm gonna tell you, bless be brother and Dr. Walter Williams, Professor Walter Williams. What a dynamic professor. And I love all my teachers and I respect them in who they are. You understand what I'm saying? I don't let one override the other. I listen, and I know that each one of them possess a mastery. And so I master all of them. You see what I'm saying? And and that's what have made me so powerful, that I have been able to master and blend them all. You see what I'm saying? And making me a goddamn avatar in my day and age and shit. And I can black it up, I can black it up because I've taken and did my own research. Yes, I stand on the foundation of my teachers, but I've done my own original research that's been mind blowing. And I had to say that for myself, because I don't pat my own back. If the shit don't blow me, if it don't blow my mind, I don't fucking, that's the first mind. I don't care what, it got to blow my motherfucking mind. You see, when I do some goddamn research, and I be like, God damn, Seti, you got their ass this time. I know. That's when I know. You see, when I feel it in my goddamn self, because I ain't gonna lie. That's the thing. I don't fucking lie. You see, when I know, because I know when I pack that, well, motherfucker can't dispute it. You understand? Even if you wanted to, a motherfucker gonna have to cop a plea. I get back with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you're gonna have to, because you can't do shit right now because it's packed in. And so when we talking about this research, we talking about this Medu Neter, a lot of people upset when I say it have not been deciphered. I already knew it. You see? Because I always say, well, how in the fuck is this caveman who doing all this wicketry? How is he able to decipher what we call the sacred language of the gods? That alone is like, even in my debate, that shit like blasphemous to me, man. I just dismiss it immediately. How in the fuck is this barbaric Neanderthal able to decipher the language of all the Neteru? You understand what I'm saying? The divine cosmic force of righteousness and creation. How is it this damn devil, is considered the one who's deciphered it? You see, and so that fact alone, I could not accept that. I just couldn't accept it. It's blasphemous to me. It is. It's fucking blasphemous. And so, and that fact alone just made me, from the very beginning, I just didn't, in my heart, I'm a rebel. I just can't give no Neanderthal credit for shit when it comes to the history and the, divinity of my people. I don't give them credit for nothing. I dispute it. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if I ain't got all the facts, goddamn it. I dispute it because I know the basis, which is rooted in the fact that they don't possess the spirit to be, or the God vision, you see, or the cosmic vision of black immortality to see. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas don't have that. You see, they got melanin on the outside, but on the inside, them motherfuckers is bare. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got no connection to nothing. Let me put this damn incense out, y'all. Motherfucker in my eyes. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you a gem tonight, because I know y'all done stayed up with the general. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to pull out one of my old work boards and shit, you feel me? And we're gonna work out, family. We're gonna goddamn work out. I'm gonna give you just a little something. I ain't gonna give you a whole lot of nothing, but I'm gonna give you enough for you can get up out of off of here and build. You understand? I'm gonna give you a couple blocks to build with. You see, I'm gonna give you a couple blocks to build with, and so we can work. Let me put this up here. Let me put this up here. Let me put this up here. Okay, here we go. Let's get it in here. Let's get it in here. Okay, get that out of there. Get on up out of there. Okay. Bingo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me tell you, yeah, we'll keep that in there. We might as well. Yeah. But I can't see the bottom one. Let me get that out of there. I'll take it out. I'll take it out. Bingo. Then I'm going to put myself where at. Okay, that's better. That's not, well, I can do it like that. I would rather for it to be a little bigger so y'all can see it. Yeah, I do it that way. Okay. So what we're doing, see, we're looking at symbols now. We're looking at symbols. And, this, I took this one literally, and this comes from a legend. I'm not going to tell you what the legend is. You see, I'm not going to tell you what the legend is, but I'll show you in the end. You feel me? I'll show you in the end what they actually mean. As a matter of fact, do I got some? Yeah. We can go through this and see when you see symbols like this, and you don't know what the fuck it means. Because normally legends, they're gonna have the key at the bottom. What is the key? The key is gonna give you the meanings of what each symbol means. Now, if you know anything about legends, now some of these symbols you can find on another legend. These, the dot, even the triangle with the dot in it. You can find that. The square with the dot in it, you can find it on other legends. So as you look down here, up here, you see a triangle. It looked like with a half a square in, inside of it. Look like a half a square. What does it mean? You see, what does it mean? You got a square here in the second row, with a dot in the middle. What does it mean? And can you put an alphabetical letter on it to render the meaning? See, is it alphabetical? Because most of the time when they use a goddamn symbol, and I didn't went across the fucking world. It's never used alphabetically. 99.9% of the time when you see a legend and it has symbols on it, that they're not alphabetical. Okay? They're not alphabetical. Today, you see, symbols are used for something totally different. It's totally different. If they wanted to use the alphabet, they could use the alphabet. They had the alphabet. Why use, so it's some different meanings there. You see, you got down at the bottom, you got the triangle. It looked like it got a circle with a stem at the top. You got you got to look like a row, how they had a center, with, some lines. And so it looks like a row, you know what I'm saying? It looked like it's pointing in a particular direction. And so, let's look and see, what this is and what it means. Now, briefly, I'll just show you. This is the legend. This is the legend right here. And so, just imagine if you didn't have these guys. Now, the crazy thing about it, let's look and see what the fuck this shit mean. You see, when you get back up here, let's see. Wait a minute. That's not the one I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to the one where it didn't have, they down here. Okay. So what does it mean? So we got the K. We got the triangle with the, what does that mean? It means ration stores. You see, so this is what kind of, this is a broken line. What it is? This must be a military. This no? Is it military? I don't know if it's a military. Yeah, it is. It's military because you got bouncing Betty mines, and so when you go to this triangle with a half a square in it, that's a ration stores. Now, ain't nobody in their right motherfucking mind gonna know what that is. Okay, now you can guesstimate all the fuck you want to. That don't mean a motherfucking thing. Not motherfucking 100 times out of 100 times, if you saw that motherfucker without having that mother, you not gonna know. You not gonna know what the fuck it is. Okay, you not gonna know what the fuck it is. Now, if you think you could put an alphabetical letter on there that's gonna render you the meaning of that fucking symbol? Do you think M is equivalent to ration stores? How do you put a fucking alphabetical letter on a symbol? I'm trying to figure this shit out. You so motherfuckers want me to work out, I work out. And I can show you legend after motherfucking legend after motherfucking legend after motherfucking legend. And I'm gonna say it just like that so you clear and understand that 99.999% of legends are fixed in this manner where there's symbols with a meaning attached to it. So you can't come with your own motherfucking key. That's what I'm telling you. You got the only way you can render the true meaning of what it is to get the key from the person who created the symbols. Okay? Because I'm gonna tell you that some of these symbols can be they show up on many types of legends, different subjects. So it'll be the same symbol and it'll be in a different subject and have a different meaning. So if you just took it and just put any little arbitrary letter or meaning up there, it's not going to be suffice to answer what it means, and under every subject, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to have a particular key for that particular legend to know what it is. And since our ancestors, taught and, had hundreds and hundreds of subjects, you can't look at no one fucking symbol and say it means the same thing every time you see it. It could be in biology. It could be in, it could be in chemistry. It could be in astrology. Or it can be in various scientific, and it can be the same symbol, but render a different meaning depending on the subject in which you're dealing with. You cannot have no fucking arbitrary one definition for a symbol when you got billions of glyphs over you got billions of glyphs over Egypt. When you add up all the glyphs that you see on every temple tomb, you got billions of glyphs. Okay? And every time you see the same symbol, you fucking got a 2-sentence definition for this symbol. That don't make no fucking sense. You see, it don't. And so you cannot put no God. So we know the square with the dot in the middle is a water point. I wouldn't have never knew that. I'm just going to be real. Okay? I wouldn't have never known that. This is a fucking military legend. This is a military legend. And I have some that's for electricians and shit. Now, you got the one up here where you got the triangle with the circle with the stem at the top, and then you got this one up here, a rectangle with a diagonal line through it, and then you got this zigzag at the bottom. What does this triangle with the circle and the stem in it mean? It's a battalion field mess. Battalion field mess. So I guess that's where they go and eat. Now, who in the fuck would have guessed that that's a battalion field mess? Now, I guess that's a mess hall where they go and eat. And then the other one is dugout covered shelter. Who would know that? Who would guess that? And I'm going to ask you the question. How could you render the meaning by putting an alphabetical letter next to it? Huh? I want you to explain this to me. I don't give a goddamn what your answer is. I'm just gonna be, and that's out of respect for you, because I'm not gonna entertain, you understand, falsehood. So that this goddamn Neanderthal can have credit for Decipherd, which he did not do. He did not do that. Okay? He does not have primary verification from the author of the script, the stone, and any other stone that he call himself deciphering, or any other Neanderthal or nigger or whoever who claimed to decipher, never having the key, the original key from the original scribes, those who put the stone, the symbols on the wall. They did not have the key. They created their own key. You see, in order to give themselves, they checked their own paper and proclaim to the world that they got 100%. You know how niggas cheat. You know how niggas cheat. They don't know how to get, niggas, they get 100 on the motherfucker. Nigga, you been failing every motherfucking day of the year, nigga, and then you gonna cheat off another nigga and get 100. You nigga won't even try to get a 70 or nothing. The nigga gonna go in there with a 92, and hey, motherfucker, you been failing every day of your life, nigga. You gonna go in there and cheat and put all the right answers on the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So you checking your own paper, giving yourself 100. You see what I'm saying? Giving yourself a 90. That's what niggas do. But in reality, you know you don't know. You know you a failure. No matter how much you smile and like, yeah, you got to use a dumb motherfucker, nigga. You don't know. You didn't went in there and stole some, but you just, if a motherfucker tell you take it again, your ass will be done for. You see, you be exposed. What is this one right here? Would look like a road, and it is light, and it ain't even a road. Lightly enemy route of march. Now it looked like a road. It looked like I was saying that, it going right, but it's saying the likely enemy route of march. So that's more specific. I took a guess at it. I knew it was a road, but that ain't just a road. That's a likely enemy route of march. And if I don't know where the fuck he's marching, he could be marching on my ass. So it's more specific than that. And then you got the one here where let me get back up here. You got the one down here, got this circle with the dot, got a tail on it, and a black triangle. What does that mean? What does it mean? It means where we at? Okay, decoy, flare, and radar decoy. Who would have fucking guessed that? Who would have fucking guessed that? And tell me, how would you render the meaning of that? You understand that mean? How could you render it by putting an alphabetical letter on it? How? How can you do that? And I can show you legend after fucking legend after fucking legend, and they all the same. They never get, it's not alphabetical. Symbols are not alphabetical. Man, y'all, this shit is amazing, man. It's amazing. But I want y'all to let that settle in. And when you, and that's like, man, listen, when they realize that you know that, you see, you strong. Listen to what I'm telling you. At that point, you strong arm the ancestor sacredness back. Like, we know you lying. You strong. They shit crumble. Everything them white people got as far as Egyptology is built on that language. When you destroy that language, you destroy everything. You destroy everything. They know that. And that's why Walter Williams is devastated. He's devastated, man. That shit devastating. And the motherfuckers and motherfuckers be rambling too. And I don't give a fuck who it is. I heard motherfuckers, man, how are you going to say that all the grandmasters were wrong? And motherfucker answer this shit right here. I don't give a fuck who you is. Answer it. How is they able to do that? How? You understand? I don't care. And I did it over. I've been doing it now for, man, about Right now, I've been doing it for at least 10 years. This aspect, I've been studying longer than that. But I was already understanding that they hadn't decided. I just didn't have the key that I needed. I had some keys, but this right here, where Walter Williams took me, was very, I mean, it was the backbreaker. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, that, you know, and that was the fucking backbreaker right there. And so, like I say, when you can figure that one out right there, and you can get back with me, and like I say, I got tons of motherfucking legends with symbols, and none of them can you use an alphabetical letter on. I mean, real talk. There's no legend that I found with symbols where you could take an alphabetical letter and render the meaning of it. That's just like you go down to the hospital, right? And you look up at the hospital and you see the caduceus, right? You see the caduceus, symbolic of medicine. That's a symbol. It not only does it mean medicine, it means all areas of medicine. So you can't just say, you know, so that's how deep it is. You see what I'm saying? It means all, and so that wormhole that you can go down, going through that, going through that symbol, it will take you so. How can you put an alphabetical letter, one letter? You're gonna put that on the caduceus, and it's gonna render you all the understanding of what it means. How can you do that? But see, y'all, you know what? It gives you control. I'm just telling you, when you you know what, and what it do, it kind of, it kind of leave you naked for a minute. You see what I'm saying? Because you in the doing all this study, and it don't destroy everything. It gives you an opportunity to rearrange it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be and say, yeah, you can continue to do the research. You can still use the books. But when it comes to where you think you have an idea of what it might really mean to you, don't let them motherfuckers usurp you. Because they do not have no key to the understanding. You have to take that power away. And when you destroy, and a lot of people that just like Christianity, Islam, and the rest of that shit, they being so in love with that shit that they just stay within the boundaries. That's what that container, that black cube, Saturnism. That's what it is. When motherfuckers so in love with the confinement of an ideal till they can't think outside of the fucking ideal. They in the cube, nigga. You in the cube and you cannot get out of that motherfucker. This is the ideal of Saturnism. Okay? And that understanding from that pale Neanderthal, that's what it is. You got to come out of that. You see, and when you destroy that, all that shit that they talking about, you know what I'm saying? That shit'll crumble to the ground. Yeah, that shit'll crumble to the ground. There's gonna be some things that, that's obvious that you could see, and when you read some shit and you see it, you can have an understanding. But then you might have your own ideals about what you see. And when you realize that they ain't got no key, that you got the key because it's in your DNA, it's in your mind. You got a greater key to them. They lying and shit saying they got the key. They lying. They do not have no key. When have you ever known the white man to tell the truth? When? And we can come up here. I dare anybody. We can come up here with 20 fucking. I can do it. I can come up here and just randomly pick 20 different legends and come up here. And it's going to be the same thing every fucking time. You're going to look at I won't show you the legend. I'll just show you the symbols. What is that, family? I don't know. That's what you better say. Because if you lie to your motherfucking self, I don't know. Then if you don't know, how do you find out what it is? You got to have the legend. Now it could be something, like I say, it could look like obvious. Like I saw that, it was a roll. It looked like it was going right, but that wasn't what it was. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, and that's why the legend is still key. You understand what I'm saying? And so we got to search deep for that. I what I ask myself, I say, if the pyramids is so mind-blowing to where people like, wow, how was this done? How was it so easy to crack the language? You see, when everything in Egypt was advanced on it, everything, even the language was as advanced as the pyramids. It was equally as advanced. So if the pyramid is still blowing people's mind to where they have no conception on how it was built, how is it so easy to decipher the language? And when it was that language that helped them create the pyramid. You see what I'm saying? How? If they didn't decipher, then why haven't they built the pyramids and recreated? Why are they still looking and searching and so on? And so they supposed to have the key. They don't have the key. They don't have the key. And really what they doing is watching us. But those of us who scared, and that's where that chaos come into being. You see what I'm saying? Because you will come out of that. You will become the calculating void. You see, you're not constrained, you see. And that's why you watch that motherfucker, that motherfucker Venom, you know what I'm saying? He got that melanin and shit, and that motherfucker motherfucker don't take no form and shit. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to understand because it's chaos. But within the chaos is a calculating consciousness that you cannot see. And so everything that you see is contained in that cosmic melanin out there. Everything that you see today was in the cosmic melanin before it was visible, before it came into existence. The knowledge of that thing was in the consciousness before it came into existence. So you have to understand, just because you in a chaotic state does not mean chaos in the sense that you're not intelligent. Is you without form, and that which they don't know how to attack you. You see what I'm saying? You in the shadow realm on there. They don't know how to attack you. You like the ninja. You done blended and interwoven yourself into the darkness where they can't understand that. And that's what our ancestors did with that wisdom. Ain't no way a motherfucker just going to them walls and thinking they gonna just up and take some goddamn Greco-Roman letters and put them on our symbols and think that they could do that. And before I get off of here, let me explain something to you that break they back when they say this, because they using the Greek and shit and all of they took the Rosetta Stone and they supposedly took the Greek at the bottom and all three scripts on the stone supposedly said the same thing. And so what they did, they said, you know what? We see the cartouches up here and we see the names of the Greek kings and queens down here. It is our assumption that the cartouches contain the names of the Greek rulers that's at the bottom. So what they did is they tried to take a letter and put it on a symbol. You see what I'm saying? And they did that, and but they couldn't verify it until they got another stone where they had some more Greek rulers' names on it, and they tried to see if that methodology worked. It did not work. It did not work. But the question I asked them, and I never got no answer, if it was so easy to just take that Greek at the bottom and just take letters from the names of the kings and queens and just put it up there, why didn't the Ptolemies do that? I mean, goddamn. If it was that goddamn easy, why would the fucking Ptolemies they could have did that. I mean, goddamn, they was in there. Shit, they had control of the land. You see what I'm saying? If they would, I mean, that's too easy to just take that was too easy. They could have did that. They never did it. You know why? Because they knew that wasn't going to render them the goddamn answer. They knew that wasn't going, because if they thought that just taking letters out of and putting the letters of their own Greek names on the cartouches would render them the keys to the Medu Neter, that the Ptolemies could have did that. They was living. They had access to priests. They had rogue priests that would tell them things. They had rogue priests that fucking worship Serapis. It wasn't every priest or temple, but they had certain temples up in Memphis that did accept the Serapis. So they had priests, at their disposal that could give them some information. So if they say, is that my name up there? They could have said, yes, that's your name. You see, is it some way I could decipher? I mean, that shit could have been easy. Why did they never in the time of the Ptolemies, why did they never produce a bilingual dictionary or anything of that nature? You see what I'm saying? Because they were never given access to the knowledge. There's no way you gonna take no motherfucking Greek and see that's slick, to put a fucking, what's at the bottom and, and then you got what's at the top. You see, and so they say what, at the bottom it says, that, every script say the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Only, so it's at the bottom in the Greek where it say that. But who's to say they telling the truth? You see, who's to say they telling the truth? So and I did all the research and from Europeans and everything, and they say that the Ptolemies never spoke Egyptian. They never spoke Egyptian. They only spoke Greek. So if a motherfucker say, at the part at the bottom where it's supposedly Greek, if it says that all scripts say the same thing, how could he prove it though? How could he, if he didn't speak Egyptian, balls, you know how motherfucker play on balls, yeah, they all say the same thing. Are you sure? Yes, sir. It say the same thing. Okay, good. Okay, good. He couldn't prove it though, because he couldn't speak Egyptian. So how the fuck, why would they have left the door open for them to blaspheme and abominate the language, and they didn't even know the fucking language? Why would they have given them the key? So when they told him, oh yes, it say the same thing, he couldn't verify it, so he just went along with it. God damn, man, y'all niggas is crazy, man. Give up on that shit. Anyway, family, I'm up out of here. I was gonna do another one. I ain't gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow. Yeah. Well, you know what? It could be Bantu. You can call it whatever you want to call it. The Medu Neter is a secret language. It's not got nothing to do with an alphabetical language. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to understand. Even African, it's not alphabetical. You can't put no alphabet, whether it could be European, it could be African, it can be Asian. You cannot put an alphabetical language on symbols, even African. So don't be fooled. Okay? That's another way of fooling a nigga. Oh, it's African. So goddamn what? You can't put it there, right? It's symbols. You see what I'm saying, right? Don't let them fool you. You see what I'm saying? You had to be initiated. You had to be initiated into, and you're right. Don't nobody know. Nobody has the vernacular of ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Nobody has the vernacular. It's gone. It probably remnants in all, but the complete language as it was spoken at that time is no longer here. You see? Yeah, that's you already. I'm just trying to keep so a motherfucker don't play on you, because you got some Afrophobic niggas that will try to say, oh, you cannot put an alphabetical language on symbols, period. African, Asian, European, none of that. So when niggas say it's this, that, and they a damn lie. It's a secret language. The only way you can learn the language is to be initiated into the Egyptian mystery system do your 40 years like every other priest, and going through the system, then you learn the meanings of the symbols and how they apply to the universe. And when you come in them temples, you're gonna always see that Horus child right there at the front door, and you see him. Close your mouth, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Close your mouth. All right, family. I appreciate y'all for being in here. Share, family. We be black tomorrow. I'm warming up, man. I'm getting into the sacred science, man. And motherfuckers say, "Oh, Seti, yeah, nigga, don't play with me, nigga." I come out, nigga, just like a Vader, nigga. When you hear that lightsaber go, yeah, nigga, I'll bring that lightsaber out real quick. This is the General Sarasun Seti. I appreciate y'all, man. Get over there to Patreon. Don't miss it. I'm going on Patreon first tomorrow. I'm not coming on you. I'm going on Patreon first thing in tomorrow. I'm doing 3 on Patreon. So most definitely, if you don't see them live, if you go there, they'll be up front, so you got access to them. This is General Sarasun Seti. We all students. Gonna stay students. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what a motherfucker say, you're always a student. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.